today was a market meltdown. I think we wiped off of the equity exchanges here in the United States $1.5 trillion. Look, when I say wiped off, it's markets go up, markets go down. This was a response, they said, to what they feel is bad guidance coming out of the White House on the tariff situation. One day it's this, the next day it's that. There's not a consistent message. You saw MSNBC and the others. They're just an example. We could have gone on for 30 minutes of how Howard Lutnick never supported tariffs, and now he's a tariff cheerleader, how Scott Bessent's late to that, and how Peter Navarro's here one day and out the next. Yesterday, Howard Lutnick did say, it was on Meet the Press, that there was no recession in the forecast. President Trump, I think earlier on Maria Bartiromo, her weekend show, had said, look, if a recession comes, a recession comes. Let me just hit rewind for a second. Number one, the trade-off, the handoff in the transition on the economy. The Biden economy is far worse than has been represented. And how do we know that? The reset numbers, and what happens when they put numbers out for like any quarter, first, second, third, or fourth, you put the numbers out a couple of days after the quarter ends, and they're preliminary numbers. It takes a while, 5 or 6 weeks, 10 weeks to actually get definitive numbers. Those definitive numbers came out for the fourth quarter, which ended the fourth quarter of the financial year for all financials, not the U.S. government, is December 31st. And they came out with the numbers, and they said, hey, look, we got to reset labor, and you've heard that before. We have to reset this. But there's one number we have to reset, and that number is inflation. Instead of being 2.2%, it's actually a tad higher. Oh, how high is it? 4.2%. That rolls through the entire system. And one of the reasons it's 4.2% in those months, what else happened in those months? Number one, we had the largest budget deficits every month historically in the history of the country. I think right now we almost have $900 billion to $1 trillion deficit for this year, setting records every month. And that shows you we're having still this Keynesian infusion, this Keynesian stimulus into the economy. And that's one of the things driving inflation. Also, oh, by the way, we're having record trade deficits right now. So that means we're buying much more than we're producing, to the tunes of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. Principally, that's from China, right? The Chinese Communist Party, which is in control 100% of the Chinese economy and the Chinese state-owned industries. So we're essentially financing our own demise because we're buying from we're purchasing, manufactured goods, the heartbeat of any economy, from our greatest enemy, the existential threat. President Trump's tariffs, technically they have to do with fentanyl because that's one of the emergency measures you do to do this. It is the fentanyl crisis. That's a big one. But also, in addition, there is this not just theory of the case. It's about the United States is being ripped off by everybody, as President Trump says. Canada is one of the worst. Canada is one of the worst. And this is why President Trump keeps talking about reciprocal tariffs. Reciprocity will start on the 2nd of April. The markets have finally kind of heard enough. They said, hey, we hear you. We see the jobs report the other day was pretty good. The White House still... Scott Bessent, I think, did a very good job. The New York Economic Club the other day. But this has to be consistent. It has to be everything. What have I said from day one? Every day, President Trump should be talking about the economy. This is where he's best. This is his wheelhouse. You have one of the smartest businessmen ever, right? That is president of the United States. That's quite rare since most of them are career politicians. Or if not career politicians, people have come in to politics late in life. This is one that's an individual that never ran for elective office before.
Sign up for free and be part of the movement.
It isn't just an app. It isn't just a social media platform. It's a community.
Download Get It right now.